There's MemberPress importer, which is the actual MemberPress importer. And then there's another one called like OHT. But yeah, you would use the MemberPress importer and it would show up MemberPress import as an option right here. And you would import your users. I'm going to just pull up their site again and you can see required columns are username and email. So you have to have an email for them. These are all the additional things you can use, and you just need to make sure the column names match and match whatever formatting they tell you to use. Usually it's not too specific. All you need is a username and email to import a user. And then to import transactions, there is a second. And they have a sample file download here that's on the documentation on our site too, where you can just download it and like fill in those fields. Then you just upload into the system right here. You'd say users and you'd upload. Never check this piece because it's going to send them like a WordPress email, and that's not what you want them to get. If you're importing their passwords, you don't need to if the person has that available. So yeah, here's the other section I was looking for, is migrating or importing one-time payment subscriptions. Once again, yeah, I've copied all of this information over to our documentation as well, because that's obviously important. So once again, here's the required columns that you have, which is username, email, product ID, and then optional columns. There is one that is send welcome right here. And you would want to set that to a 1. 1 is true, and it would resend that welcome email that gets sent out through the system. So if you're importing these for the first time, you can customize that welcome email and then change it back to something more generic after you send out that first one when you're importing people. And then once again, all of this is done right after the site goes live, because if you send it before the site goes live, it's coming from the prototype URL, and you don't really want that. When you're planning things, the site goes live and then you get all this sort of stuff done. So you want to prep it in like a spreadsheet and just be ready to import it once the site is live. There's a column right here that says expires at, but yeah, send welcome, expires at. Those are usually the 2 ones that I use from this list outside of matching it up here. And then for amount and total, I usually just do 0, 0 for importing. And that's what I recommend you guys do. You would come back to import and you would just import transactions. So you want to make sure you do users first and then transactions.